The coast is clear. All right, Rye, everybody's watching. Do a trick. I don't know any. You should have been paying attention should have been paying attention at the, obedience course you took at the Petco, Rye. If I'm looking, hey everybody, welcome to The Hole in the Pink Cap, episode 7. It's a big deal. It's a good number. Everybody thinks 7's a lucky number. I wonder where that came from. I imagine there's maybe a history. Maybe there's not. Not everything has a history, right? I mean, I was never even born. I emerged from the sky in 2018. Oh. If I'm looking low for this one, it's because my normal producer, Justin, isn't here. So I had another producer come in, and he's helping me out. So great. But we don't have a monitor. And so I put a mirror underneath the camera because I like to see my face. I don't know. It's not a vain thing. It's not vain. I know I look strange. I just like to know how strange I look. I'm sure I've talked about it on this podcast before, but I love mirrors because they just bring this level of awareness, I think, of like, it's how other people perceive you, right? Physically. It's also why it's kind of fun to like look at, listen to like voice recordings and stuff too, because then you see how other people see you. It's kind of fun. Yeah, mirror's kind of like a movie. I suppose you're kind of watching like a movie of yourself, but it's not very interesting because you're just sitting there and staring. This is boring. Yes, it is. But no, yeah, I love a good mirror. It is, what is today? Today's Tuesday. We're going to try and get this one out on Thursday. Thursday is our upload day. Though there's nothing is set in stone. We don't have any plaster of Paris. Nothing is being made into a stepping stone. Everything is kind of flexible, like a little, everything's, like a nerd's rope. That's kind of what we're working through. Our schedule is a nerd's rope. Though I do want to be consistent because I appreciate you guys for watching, and I would love to consistently provide. Though sometimes the things that are consistently provided aren't good because you got to be excited about it, and I am excited. Oh, you guys give me some great suggestions this week. Still trying to get it on Spotify. I know apparently it's the easiest thing in the world. I literally need someone to do it for me. Can we admit that? I know that's so yes, lazy is the word. I tried. I downloaded Anchor. They were asking questions. Hey, so what's your address? I don't even know you. I don't think it asked what my address, but it was confusing. I'm not good when people ask, I'm not great at answering questions all the time. I just don't know what the answer is often. Some people will be like, hey, so when, where do you live? Yeah, in Austin. No, but like what part? In Austin, Texas. No, but where? USA. I live pretty much everywhere. I don't, that's always a weird question when people are like, oh, what part of town do you live in? I don't know. The up one. Did you, I don't know. It's hard to say. Some people, I'm bad at answering because they'll be like, oh, so what are some landmarks close to you? Well, there's a couple trees. I believe the Sky is available in my area. A mailbox. I'm not going to provide you any reasonable information. Please just drive me and drop me off anywhere you please. We've got I mean, this is a unique occasion. A Red Bull. I don't like. I like the Red Bull. That's a recent thing though. That's because I was at work, and somebody just used a little bit of a Red Bull, and they were like, "Hey, does anybody want this?" And I took the leap. I said, "Yes, I'll give it a go. I will give it a try." And it was really good. And then I got like kind of euphoric. I don't know if that's the word, but I got really giddy. And I was like, "Oh my God, what a time!" And then I crashed pretty hard because that's how that works. You don't drink something and it stays, right? Like if you drank one Red Bull and then for the rest of your life you were just kind of, God, what an investment. It was like $3.30 or so, however much a Red Bull would cost. But the reason I'm drinking a Red Bull is because I was a little bit late to record because I forgot I had to get an Uber because I left my car here last night. I drank a little bit. Well, you've got to have fun. Do you guys occasionally, right? Drink occasionally. It's nice sometimes when I'm working on certain concepts because it loosens me up enough, and it's a social lubricant too. That's a weird thing that people say. Because would you use the word lubricant in any other situation that wasn't the situation, sexual, social lubricant, a physical lubricant, a mental lubricant? What would a mental lubricant be? Mental. Maybe like a Rubik's Cube. It doesn't really make sense. Something that helps you think. Maybe like an Adderall. Is that a mental lubricant? And I don't know if that even really helps you think. That just makes you focus. You're already thinking when you're not focused. You're just thinking about different things. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't like many of the canned energy drinks. I don't know. It doesn't taste great. And I'm not trying to cut ties. I'm not trying to cut those Christmas bows, those giant red ribbons you put onto a Honda that you give to your wife. I'm not trying to cut that with Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. I'm a human. I don't want wings. Yeah, but it gives you, oh my, fuck. I have to go to work. Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, you could fly there. How about you fly to work? I don't want to. Am I allowed to say the F word on here? Now I'm nervous about that. Is that a thing oh God. I'm going to look it up. This is real time. We're having because now I'm worried that this isn't going to be able to be posted, but I can't imagine it's that big of a deal. I'm sure it's fine, right? Can you say? Well, thank you for staying with me. Censored profanity in my own. To advertise. Yeah, we're not really advertising yet, so that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I wonder what I would if that ever happens. Hey, does anybody want a sticky hand? It's just all children's toys. Hey, this week our sponsor is the Bouncy Ball. It's not even like branded items. It's just like really Mr. Potato Head. Like, oh, do they need help selling? And I'm just selling it to adults. Because I don't imagine there's children watching this. That, yeah, I definitely would prefer that not happen, actually. That they don't watch this. Because this is, I have a children's table. This is not it's not that kind of show. This is just a one-woman, manifesto isn't the right word. I don't know what that means even. I don't even know what that word means. But yeah, no, drinking Red Bull, giving that a go. My favorite energy drink, energy. Yeah. Well, I like energy, and then but you insert the word read, energy read. It's like maybe if they were doing some sort of nonprofit to get people to breathe, inner city kids or something. It's always inner city kids is what they say. But what about the outer city kids? They should also be able to read. But yeah, maybe for outer city kids learning to read, hey, energy read. It's the energy, and if you read, you get a Red Bull, and I can't imagine that's okay. But yeah, my favorite energy drink is Uptime, and it used to come in this fun little metal container. I've had it at pretty much every other episode, I think. This is my favorite. But they just started putting it in cans. And so now all the gas stations have it in cans, and I don't like that because I like the resealable option. I like the idea that you can put it in your bag or something, because if I just put this in my bag, all right, gotta go. I just put it in my backpack. What a disaster. I don't like the can. Also because, it feels kind of like bad for you. It feels more, and I know it's bad for you. I am aware, but it feels more bad for you when it's in a can. Oh, we made me and a couple of comics in the scene, really funny guys. A couple of really funny people. My friends Hunter and Robert. We made this, and Will. We made this video about one of my characters I do on Good Evening News, and her name is Dr. Ostrich. She's a schizophrenic bird watcher, and I've been wanting to make kind of some content, character content and things like that. So that I think if this comes out on Thursday, I think this should be coming out either before or it should be coming out today. But we're showing it on Good Evening News. We made this little short documentary type thing, where I just kind of dressed up with the bird shirt and a hat, the costume. The costume. And then, we just did a few scenes about Dr. Ostrich, and yeah, I think it'd be fun to do some more characters. I was thinking recently about having a character called Orange Guy, and it's just this guy that, it's weirdly into the color orange, and he's just painted orange. Do you hear the chair? There's a chair moving out there. Or maybe it's the plates shifting. Somebody's just holding plates and shifting them. I wonder if people do, maybe some sort of reenactment of plate shifting, but with actual plates. There's dinosaurs running on and then maybe somebody gets a tinfoil ball and throws it. Oh! What do you think the dinosaurs said when What do you think the dinosaurs said when... What do we say? What happened to the dinosaurs? Some big ball came out of the sky. I know that's they were some crazy... That's a scary thing. I can't think of the word. A bomb? It wasn't that. But it was something... What do you think the dinosaurs said when that happened? Oh, no. Oh, honey... We gotta get inside. Oh. Yeah, I think it's fun to kind of reenact very dramatic, very intense historical events with kind of just nonchalant reactions, right? Maybe you're, the obvious would be 9/11, but, oh, God. It's horrible. It's very sad. It's very sad. Hey, why don't we make sad things funny, though? That's kind of I suppose the whole goal of a lot of comedy. Not everybody's comedy, because there's also observational comedy. Oh, the wall is flat. The wall is flat. Is But so are our minds, huh? Yeah, it's kind of fun to just make things that are not don't have double meanings, to just kind of make double meanings, right? Sometimes that's fun because it's so ridiculous that it might almost be believable, right? Like, let's think. The lights are really bright, huh? Or are you talking about the future of AI? Because lights could, there could be AI. And is this a political statement? No, the lights are just turned on pretty bright, and yeah. Who are you voting for? I'm what? Get out of here. All right. Yeah, we did. We did we turned off some of the lights, so it might be a little darker for this one. But the last few episodes, I've been getting kind of dizzy. Like, and I honestly should have said something much sooner, because at like probably like 20-25 minute mark, I would just start really feeling the effects of the lights. Because I can't imagine you're supposed to stare into a light for that long. And that's what I was doing. Oh my God. Well, yeah, it's been a fun week. It's been a busy week. Which is what you want, I think. I think you'd want it, you want your week to be busy. Oh, God. Yeah, you want your week to be busy. I did a lot of filming, trying to put out more clips now, which is good, which is fun. I put out one about special ed. How I used to work in special ed, and I worked in this one class where all the kiddos were in wheelchairs and they were nonverbal. And I know I've talked about that on here before. But how, I don't know if I think I have talked about the fact that they used to make us teach them. So there's this law, and maybe I should look up which law it is, but there's, at least at our school, we had to, it all public, well, now I need to know for sure, but we were told that in public schools in Texas, within special education, you have to teach kids the age-appropriate content at their level, right? So we would be teaching like aquatic science, geometry, all these different things that really just weren't beneficial to, it didn't make their life better. You know what I mean? It didn't improve their quality of life, because there's like a, the Maslow, I think it's, Maslow's hierarchy of need. There's a hierarchy of needs, right? There's things that, maybe you should be able, like, you're not going to learn how to sing before you can speak. I feel like maybe somebody did that, but I can't imagine. There's like different levels that you kind of climb up. But yeah, no, I did that, and then I think some people got upset thinking I was maybe making fun of people that are disabled, but I think there's value in us kind of talking about the injustices that are happening, and in order to, if we just stop talking about it, because obviously, I mean, I think the people that were complaining, I don't think were directly related, hadn't worked in special, or because there was no backing to it. There was no, my experience was this. It was just, God, you're wrong. And that's why they say don't read the comments. Yeah, I don't know. That was fun, trying to post more. Apparently so at our house, I said, we have rats again. Ooh, they're back. Hey, good to see you, buddy. Oh, where'd you get, you got a tattoo. What's the meaning? Oh, you don't, that's an annoying question. I want to get another tattoo. I have a unicycle on my ankle. Uh, is that normal for people that when they say what kind of tattoo they have? Do they say where it is, or do they just say, "Yeah, I have a tattoo. I have a unicycle tattoo"? Has anybody ever said that ever, or is that just? I'd imagine yes. But yeah, no, I'd like to get another tattoo. Sometimes I think about getting my name, Reier, uh, because I feel it's kind of symbolic in the sense that I didn't go by it for a long time, and then when I decided to start going by it again, it I kind of just started being myself a lot more. So there was like a symbolic element, but I do feel like people that don't know that it would be really weird to just see someone with their name tattooed on them. It's like seems really self-involved. And oh yeah, we came from the rat. Yeah, we have rats in the house. We put in a work order a few weeks ago, probably like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. And they have not come. The maintenance guys, hard to get your hands on them. You've really got to push them. You've really got to not threaten, but be like, yeah, I'm about to die. What? Because your fan's broken? Yes. Or like maybe that actually is because it's so hot. I think I talked about our AC went out for a while. I think I talked about that on here. AC went out. Yeah, not sure where he went. Our AC went out, and then I'm kind of couch surfed for a few days. So hopefully we shouldn't have to pay the full rent for that, I don't think. But yeah, I don't know. All this stuff is confusing. Living in a house, and kind of maintenance is difficult. I think I'm gonna have my friend come over and mow the lawn again. I think he's gonna teach me how. Not that I'm going to have a lawnmower or anything at the house. We just think it'd be very funny to film the process of me. And I know how to mow the lawn, but I'm not great at it. It is messy and it is, doesn't look great. But I have done it. But it'd be fun I don't know, some people love gardening and like lawn work and things like that. It's like, what's the word? Almost like meditative for them. I don't know. One time when I was a kid, when I was maybe like 13 or something, I tried to grow a grapevine in our backyard, and I let it go for a long time. I really put in the effort in terms of like watering it and just kind of waiting, a lot of waiting. And the vine grew. This was out probably over like a span of maybe like two and a half years. We just had this vine with no grapes ever. Also directly next to my brother's grapefruit tree, which still to this day, no grapefruits, and it's been a while. It's 13, so 7, 8, 9, like 10 years. Probably like 10 years. There's no grapefruits. But we never gave up on it. You know what I mean? We just kind of let it go. Just let it continue. And which is maybe good, maybe bad. Because it's just so hot too in Texas that it just probably wasn't going to work. But we were so, we want to, who even likes grapefruit? I don't even know why we thought that was a good idea. What was the best case scenario? We have grapefruit? Now we gotta throw those things away? Yeah, I don't know. I think I would like to. The idea of having a fruit tree is kind of magical, isn't it? Because it's like, I just go outside and there's this, it's like magic. Fruit is magically appearing onto my tree or my vine. A vine is a funny thing, isn't it? Funny thing. It sounds like Matthew McConaughey. It's a funny thing. Yeah, no, I would love to have a fruit tree. Fruit tree. almost sounds like that's maybe too negative. Can I say it and you won't judge me? I feel like a fruit tree kind of sounds like a place where you would like hang a gay person. I'm clearly not supporting that. I'm just saying that's when I thought of that, that's where my mind went. And can we not say what we think? Certainly not all the time, Rai. Certainly not all the time. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going back to Wisconsin this week. That'll be fun. Doing some shows. I don't think I'm gonna see the pugs. I'd love to see the pugs. Pugs are such great animals. I mean, they're not meant to be animals, probably, but well, where else do we want to go? Let me see. Ooh, we got, I don't have any news articles this week because it really wasn't that fun. I mean, I asked my friend to send some more, and I think he will. Maybe we'll try it again. I just don't know exactly because I'm not interested in the news. I want to be, but I think for me it's just very hard to stay interact, that's maybe a selfish thing. It's like, oh, if it's not related to me, it's almost like you have to insert me into the news. It's kind of like a little kid's book where they like it's like, oh, blank goes to, blank's first day of school. Tommy's first day. It almost needs to be like, oh, Reier visits Gaza. You know what I mean? Reier meets, or Reier's in the jury of the Trump trial, or like something. You know what I mean? I don't even know if I know enough stuff going on to like add more examples to this. But I think that would be funny. Yeah, you just kind of insert me into the stories. I mean, they're not story pop-up books. Oh, it's Hunter Biden, and you pull the suitcase down and there's coke in it. Oh, it's kind of fun. Reier tries coke. It's just made with a little can of vanilla soda. Yeah, never gonna do coke. It freaks me out. I think that's what I would have to do in order to be interested in the news, is to insert myself, which is not good. That's not what you should need. But I don't know. I just don't know what to do about a lot of it. There's so many ads now on YouTube. Like you turn on a show, that's funny too, because like the types of ads you get, like political ads you get on, maybe you'll be like watching this. You could even be like watching somebody make slime or something, and it's like, we've got a problem in Gaza. Like, hey, we're making, but I'm making fluffy slime with shaving cream. You need to donate. I'm not your target audience. I mean, I don't know if anybody's the target audience for genocide, not genocide, but for the, supporting refugees. I suppose we all are. I suppose that's what everybody should be. But it's hard to know what's real and what's a scam, and that's, it's scary. I don't know. This morning I was kind of anxious. I was scared this morning because I woke up so I have my phone, I have the sound all the way up for my alarm. And I wake up and somebody's calling me, and I see, on your phone it'll be like, oh, scam likely, or whatever. Like it has that little meter of how likely it is, and it was all the way at the end. It's like scam very low. So I denied it, obviously. And then they immediately called back. I denied again, immediately called back. And then at that point I was like, well, maybe this is like, I don't know, a doctor's, I don't know, something so I answered, and it was like a really deep, I don't know, this is going to sound weird. It sounded like a mix of like a Jamaican and a Indian accent. I'm not going to do it, But no, the caller ID said that it was from Jamaica, and it was really scary. I mean, it freaked me out because I called, and then he said his name, and then and he said who he was, but I, like, it was so tired. I mean, I just woken up. And it was like way earlier than I would have woken up. So it was the middle of the night for me, essentially. It was like 10 a.m. But yeah, he called and he said something. He said who he was, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Could you say that again? Who you are?" And then he said, "All right, let's back up." Sorry, I didn't mean to do it. He said, "All right, let's back up. What's in your hand right now?" And then that freaked me out for some reason. I hung up. And then he called back, and so I turned my phone off for like 10 minutes. No, why so long? But yeah, I don't know, because it was like this really encrypted. Because I figured what he was about to do was be like, "What's in your hand?" And I would be like, "A phone." He'd go, "All right, we're gonna start there." Like almost like I was so dumb that he had to. What are you? How do you spell hand or something? And then he was gonna scam me into something, or it was really weird and terrifying. And then I called my dad, and I said, "This really scared me." I don't know why I called. They probably didn't need to bother him with that information, but sometimes I don't know, that stuff freaks me out. When somebody's like calling you, you've got to be careful with your number. You don't want to give your number to too many people because, I don't know, there's just a lot of access. Like I could be sleeping and then you can wake me up. Is that weird? Yeah, phone number is a very special thing. I think that's weird to say, but I mean nowadays it's probably pretty easy to get somebody's phone number, but I don't know. Yeah, that scared me. I don't like scam calls at all. I don't like talking to people on the phone that I don't know. Unless there's a specific reason. I mean, phone calls can be great when you know like what you're about to talk about, right? Like there's a reason or even if you're just catching up, but you know that's what you're about to do. Yeah, I wonder what else is going on. I Is it weird that I'm looking so low? I bet that is weird. Or can you not? Or does it look like I'm looking at the camera still? Hey, Rye, it's me. Yeah, I bet you say that to all the girls. And been listening to a lot of music. I love live music. That's great. That's a great part of Austin. Is there's so much music to go listen to. Listening to a lot of live music. Gosh, sometimes I really wish I could play an instrument. I just think it would be. I mean, it's such a cool thing to do. You know what I mean? It's so. It's almost like you're not in reality because you're doing something that's so. I don't know. Ever since I went to the concert, like I said in the last episode, I went to go see Rainbow Kitten Surprise, my favorite band in the entire world. It's one of the only. Honestly, I listen to a lot of music, but I don't listen to like a wide array of music. I go pretty deep. I feel like I go really deep on a band, maybe a genre, and then I just kind of go all the way, like I crawl through it, and then I come out, and then I go to the next one. Like after several months or like a year of just kind of bathing my brain in it, almost. Bathing my brain. You have to turn on both sides because you don't want it to be too cold or too hot. You make it into a shower when you pull the drain. Our drain is still broken, like the metal piece, because it won't stay up, the metal piece. So we put a rag into the sink. I stuck a rag into the sink, into the drain, so that it would stay up. So now it just looks very strange. It kind of looks like a little circle with like a ghost, kind of, or like one of those old timey dolls that like little girls used to have, where it'd be like a soft circle and then a blanket. So and maybe that's what it looks like. I don't know. I think sometimes I feel like kind of like that, like a drain with a washcloth holding it up. Like you're kind of dependent on. I don't know what I'm dependent on this. Maybe I don't know. Maybe comedy, maybe caffeine. I don't know. But yeah, we have that. We're having a lot of issues with that. Oh, I talked about the rats. Yeah, they haven't come back yet. So now I'm just really scared whenever I go into the kitchen at night. I just kind of start tapping on things, like to let them know. Yeah, it's kind of nice of me. It's kind of respectful. I'm just like calling, hey, I'm going to be there in a few minutes. There's just a rat on the other side of the phone. All right, give me 15. I'm taking a shower. That's what the rat's saying. God, if a rat starts using our shower, I'm done. I'm out of here. We're not doing that. Freaks me out. I don't know. I mean, I love rats. We had pet rats when I was a kid. Wonderful animals. Very, very smart animals. But you don't want the I mean, I suppose, do they all start non-domesticated? No, that's not true. It's not true at all. And yeah, we have rats. Also, the air condition. Yeah, I was talking about the air conditioning going off. So apparently, in one of my roommates' rooms, the air conditioning doesn't work at all, or like very, very little. So what they want to do is not my room, the landlord or the maintenance. They want to rip it out, like rip out the drywall and then replace the vent, do this whole thing. It's going to be a lot, and it's going to take a long time, I assume. So I just told I told my roommate, I was like, oh, we could switch rooms. Like, I'll go in there. I mean, because I love fans. I'll just have fans on and stuff, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen, because I don't love construction. You know what I mean? Like when everything's, because I don't know if it's just in that room or if it's going to be, they have to go through all of our rooms and rip out the drywall. And I don't want everybody, because normal people live on a different schedule than comedians. I feel like, I don't know, comedians, I guess you maybe could be normal, but it's a different schedule for sure, because like I said, like that scammer that was calling me at like 9 or 10 a.m. I'm not awake. I mean, and then that's the same, like we used to have this guy come, I think I've talked about the rat trap guy, who would just come and at like 9 a.m. twice a week, be like, I'm here to check the rat traps. And I would just like, it was just like the middle of the night, I had fallen asleep a few hours earlier and I have to get up. Then I'd have to because the only access to the attic is in my room. So I'd have to be like, all right, come on, I'll show you to the attic. And then I'd, have to stay awake, kind of just talking to him about rats for like 30 minutes or something. Not always that long, but, just wake up from a slumber to talk about rats and then go back to sleep. It's just not ideal. It's not fun. So yeah, we've got to get that fixed. I don't know if I love Red Bull. Yeah, it feels different. I don't like this. I don't like Red Bull. It feels a lot more chemically. Whenever something's in a can, I think that's when it feels like there's a bunch of chemicals in it. And we all know there's chemicals in everything that we eat. I feel like, not everything, but most of it. But you don't want to be reminded, I think. I think if something's bad, yeah, it's okay if it's, like, it can be bad. You just want to know about it all the time, I think. What else has been going on? Oh. Well, I want to, Thank you for staying. Such a fun time we've been having. I want to see if, I've been working. Oh, they let me, they let me back in the, doing some kind of security stuff at the job, at my job. I'm a door guy. which is good because I was worried that I was kind of worried everybody thought I was incompetent because I did make a mistake in terms of wanting people. I'm bad at wanting people down and checking them for things. I'm getting better at it. I want to do it. I like that. I do like that position now. But it's hard because people lie to you, and then like certain things aren't picked up by metal detectors, and like pepper spray or things like that. So you got to pat them down and you've got to like search everything. And sometimes people have like giant backpacks and stuff, and you're just going through it, and they're clearly, it feels very invasive, and you could tell it's like, oh, this is bothering them that I'm doing this. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I didn't think it was a problem until, I guess some people do pull out like pepper spray and stuff, which is crazy. Crazy thing to do. To pepper spray somebody that isn't like physically attacking you. Like if you're just in a verbal thing, and then you pull out and you try and pepper spray somebody. Or maybe I don't fully understand, but yeah, it just seems crazy. I've been going to the 24-hour coffee shops a lot again. That's been my thing. They have pizza at some of them, which is fun, which is kind of unusual. The 24-hour coffee shops are really starting to pick up their game. I think they've realized the power they have. There's so much to offer there. They've got pizza and obviously coffee, and then like pastries and sandwiches. It's kind of like a one-stop shop for food that you would. Yeah, it's interesting. I love going there because I like I said, I like to. I think I've said this before. I like to do things at night. Kind of just be have all of my activities done when everybody else is clocked out. That would be fun. I think I'd maybe, if you could just, that would be cool. If you could work while nobody else is working. Be like, oh, like, maybe you have a job at Kroger or something, or like H-E-B, or I'm only naming Texas stores. You have a job at Walmart. And you wait till everybody leaves the store and then you start working. And then you stand at the self-checkout watching for people stealing, but nobody's in there, so it's really easy. And that would be fun. If you could do that, that would be fun. Yeah, I think people make things hard. Not everybody. There's so many people make things amazing too. There's all different kinds of people, different kinds of everything, I suppose. But yeah, being because everybody thinks in a different way. I would say most people think in a different way. So you have to kind of adjust your mind in order to understand other people, and that's hard. And we don't always want to do that, I think. But you don't want to change the way you think, because it almost feels like the way you think is what you have. That's your main weapon of sorts, or that's what makes you, right? So as soon as you start changing, how you think, you're not you anymore. So I think that's why a lot of people maybe get really upset at certain things that don't necessarily affect them directly, but like, people, like homosexuality and trans rights, even like gun laws and stuff like that, which does affect them. But like, I don't know, just ways that other people live their life. People get upset about it because you don't want to have to change the way you don't want to adjust your mind to understand where they're coming from sometimes, I think. Because everybody has a place they're coming from. Nobody just wants, not nobody. There definitely are people that probably just want to have opinions that don't make sense. But yeah, I think that helps you kind of be empathetic to people too, is to go, oh yeah, there's a reason they think this. People don't just think things for no reason. There's a reason they think this. it's kind of fun to figure out what it is, you know? Maybe that's why I find comments interesting, like YouTube comments and stuff. Whenever people are like, oh, by talking about this, you're taking advantage of disabled people or whatever. I want to know why they think that. What's your background? What's your, are you close to special education? Are you close to people that are disabled? What has happened to you in your past? Maybe I should start interviewing people. I think that's something I'd be interested in. I do like talking to people, but I think the fear with talking to people is that, I don't know, that I just won't know what to say and I'll bother them. That's my fear, is I don't want to bother people. And that's why it's nice to be alone, The only person I'm bothering, is maybe myself, and then I could just stop talking if I'm bothering myself. I could just go get a sandwich. God, I love sandwiches. But yeah, no, it's it's scary to. I would like to have we'll have people on eventually, I think, or maybe no, because this week I also tried a new thing. It's called like a web series I want to start called DIY. It's kind of clever. It's kind of clever. Clever lever. Pull the lever. When I think of lever, I think of kind of like an evil mastermind pulling a lever in order to maybe release a tub of Clorox or a tub of chlorine onto someone's eyeballs or something. That's where my mind went. Oh yeah, so I'm doing this thing. It's called DIY, and I don't know how it's going to need some adjustment because the first episode was difficult. It was strange, but it's where I went out into the street. I brought this table, this old setup, this old Hobby Lobby, relic into the street on Saturday at 6th Street, which is a pretty scary place. I mean, it's really fun. Everybody's super drunk, and it's people visiting, and it's like college kids, and I brought this, and I had the idea was we do crafts in the street, and I talk to strangers, but I don't know if I had enough. I mean, I didn't. It was a busy day, and I didn't plan the crafts out really well, so we just ended up like coloring, mostly. I tried to make fans a couple times, like you just fold the paper back and forth, and then what? I honestly got more people to do it than I thought would have. I was not sure. So we'll see how that episode's go. But no, I love crafts. I've always loved art because it's just kind of this physical thing you can make, and then you're creating something. Creating things is fun because you take something in your mind and then you make it a reality, which is fun. And it doesn't take very long usually, and it doesn't take a lot of supplies. You could get like a styrofoam cup and put some googly eyes on it, and now you've got a new friend. When I was a kid, I used to go to the local ceramic shop that we lived near, pretty close to, and I would just go paint these coasters. So it was like probably like really small. I mean, a normal size could like 3 by 3 inch or something like that. And I would just paint the coaster for hours. It was like this really tiny coaster. And I would, try these really intricate things. And pretty much, I think almost every single time, I would end up just painting over it like a solid color because there would be something wrong with it. Like a tree would be the wrong way or something. And then it would, after several hours, I mean, probably typically I would say between like 4 and 6 or 7 hours of just trying to paint a coaster. I don't know if I've talked about this on here before though. I just remember how strange it was. And then there was this guy that worked there who was the son of the owner. He was probably in his 20s, and he had long hair, and I thought he was really cool. And he would just kind of stare at me from over, like, because it was strange what I was doing. And I don't think at that point I knew that what I was doing was strange. I just thought maybe he thought I was, I looked weird or something, which I did. I certainly looked weird. Yeah, I used to have I have round glasses, and I would wear like a lot of jean vests. Too many jean vests. Yeah, and he would stare at me, and I just remember, I don't know, just kind of taking that in of like, oh, am I? Because I think it's you realize you're weird in situations like that when you're spending 5 hours painting a coaster blue, right? When you're painting and then you're going to the sink and washing the paint off so you can start over. I'm not even going to give this coaster to anybody. Why am I doing this? It was strange. It was odd. Yeah, but no, I mean, I love a good craft. I love a good cement stepping stone. Maybe you get some pieces of like, what's it called? Oh, it's like that fabric paper almost. It's not foam, but it's fleece. And then you draw like a star on it with a marker, and you have two pieces over each other, and you cut it out, the star, and then you put fluff or like beads inside, and then you sew it, and then you've got a little bean bag. This is what I live for. I can't wait to have kids. I'm going to do so many crafts with them. I don't know if I'll have kids. I want kids really bad. I just love children. I love the way they think and the way I love the energy they provide, and they're happy and giddy and they're excited about life. And it's good to be excited about life in the way that a child is, I think. I wonder if kids nowadays are going to have that same excitement about life, because all the technology, and I grew up, I'm only 23, so I grew up around a lot of technology too, just because I was born in 2001. Yeah, just as that everything was developing, as I was growing up too, so it's just, I think everybody, it's hard to avoid that, you know what I mean? It's hard to avoid when phones are coming in, all that's, you're just around it. No matter where you live, you're just around it. Like they have phones in like third world countries, right? That's a thing, right? Well, of course, but yeah, it's interesting. I wonder how that's going to affect, because I feel like, you used to ask a kid what they wanted to be and be like, oh, like I want to be a doctor or a teacher. Now you ask a kid what they want to be, they're like, oh, I don't know, like maybe an iPad. What? Yeah, I'll be, maybe I'll study to be a laptop, but I'll probably end up being an iPad. Oh my, what are you talking? Yeah, my dad's a Nintendo DS. It's almost like they're not really connected to they don't even know what they're saying, But I think we've got a good future ahead of us. There's just going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of strange people that come out of this, I think, because we're allowing a lot now, in terms of sexuality and, just the things that we, even like body positivity, and which is great. It's beautiful, but there are extremes of everything. So we're going to have some very interesting people, I think, that come out of this. Some very mismatched. That game that would be at like playgrounds where it's like you match the animal, or there'd be like those tube things, kind of, they're plastic, and you can change them like different pieces of an animal. So it'd be like an elephant head, a giraffe body, like a giraffe torso, and then like a monkey's legs or something. And you can like switch them to to be that. I feel like that's what we're going to see in like 20 years. You know, the kids that are coming out now are going to be like mismatched animals, like cartoon animals at a playground. I'm excited to see it. I think it'll be interesting. Well, this has been the Hole in the Pen Cap. Thank you so much for coming by. I had a great time. I hope you had fun. Let me know if you have any ideas. I always love your ideas. This was episode 7. Thank you so much. Bye.